How do you know your repair took too long? Well, if you got a big huge spider web in your car when you're done.
Now close the door.
Did you notice how happy Vera was when that engine fired up in the previous video?
It started! Oh my god!
She was as happy as if she found Nemo.
Oh my god!
She was as happy as Jimmy Kimmel about the hush money case. In this episode, we want to finish all open items on this baby, get it back on the road, hopefully get it licensed, and hopefully take it onto a long test drive.
Hope you enjoy the video.
In the previous episodes, you saw how much work we put into this Discovery 4. We bought it with an engine failure, then we took the engine out, we disassembled it, and we realized it got a big hole in the block. Then we bought a replacement engine for a lot of money, we disassembled it, and we did a lot of tests, and we put it back together, installed it in the vehicle, and it started up in our last episode. Our new diesel cooler came in, we can put that in, and we got one item resolved.
Yes, and it's only 2 days later. He did buy OEM. So that's a bear and that's a bear. So we bought color tie wrap so we know where it goes.
How smart is that?
Yes, you keep those plugs for your next engine rebuild. Yes, and they go into your drawer. Brand spanking new diesel cooler.
It can can act as a heater. Bottom line is your coolant has a temperature of like 80 to 100 degrees. And that temperature is transmitted into the diesel fluid. So when the diesel fluid is cold, you heat it up. When the diesel fluid gets too hot, you cool it down. Yes.
Like in our whirlpool.
Yes, it's the same thing. 110 euros.
Yes, OEM. So first we're going to suction out the old brake fluid. So old brake fluid is out. So we're bleeding the brakes with our pressure bleeder. My job is to keep it at 15 psi. You always start with the longest line, which is the passenger rear left.
Don't put 15 bar in, okay?
No.
Then we have a bad day. We're gonna take quite something out. You see it's all yellow?
Yeah, because with a push start button car, it won't start if you can't hit the brakes. And the brakes are empty. So we need to finish the brake job before we can start it again. Oh my god. It's not entirely my fault.
Remember the belt noise we had in the last video when we started it? Okay, I investigated it and our belt is too long. So I sent my dear wife in there to get a belt and she just got a belt. And it is the belt from the Queen.
Yeah, but what are Queen parts doing on my engine rebuild table? It's your fault.
Well, I don't know. You brought the wrong belt. Maybe some of you noticed last time when I tightened the cooling fan. Good enough. That it slipped immediately. And that should have told me that the belt is too loose. Finally, our cooling system is holding now pressure, now that we got the new diesel cooler installed.
So that means, first of all, the cooling system holds pressure and the cheap Chinese tool, which was not cheap, is working. We actually blamed our coolant leak on that system, but it's working, it's just fine.
So the brake is completely finished, but before we started, we're gonna purge our diesel because of the new diesel cooler. And remember last time there were some bubbles in it, okay?
Not some, lots.
And we want to see if this problem is now gone. Maybe the reason was the diesel cooler. That's looking a lot better.
Well, it's not submerged yet. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, there are still bubbles.
No, well, now it's stopped.
So our new diesel cooler cured that bubbly problem in the diesel, which is nice.
So a coolant leak and bubblies in the diesel. Yeah. 2 problems were cured.
Okay.
I'm ready. Yo!
But I can hit now the accelerator without the belt slipping because I put the right belt in and not the one I got from my deer, which is supposed to go on my Queen. We should have a lot less faults now.
Oh, it's running so smoothly, Christian. I don't want to film you.
So here are the faults we got right now, okay? And I'm gonna do a clear all. The engine has a problem with the DEF fluid heater.
Oh.
I researched this already. It's either going to be the DEF fluid relay or it's going to be the DEF fluid pump. The relay is 70 euros, the pump is about 400.
Yes.
That's a lot less.
Yes.
The DEF fluid is also fixed, see?
Oh, good.
Film underneath where the spare wheel is. I took the cover off.
because anything related with the DEF fluid would have been easier to fix while the body were off. Pretty cool.
So we're gonna address now the secondary battery faults. See this warning light here? We're gonna take care of that. That's the secondary battery, so the backup battery is not even installed because it was broken. So we're gonna put a new battery in.
Yeah, Christian ordered one. He always orders new batteries. Oh my God, it's running so incredibly.
So here's the new battery I bought for 70 euros from Amazon, replacing this one. It's supposed to have more capacity. It's a gel EN 220 amps. I always get the same result on Amazon batteries. See right here? Replace. Health 33%, charge 13. So that battery was in the shelf forever. But I gonna charge it and see what it does. So here's the diesel heater. And I need to do a fuel priming on that one. So we wait until this is complete. This is the pump here, you hear it clicking. That's completed. Now we're going to check operation. Now the engine is running. That's normal that it smokes this much on a first initial start after priming. Well, still smoking. Okay, so it stopped smoking, it went through the routine. Now I got to check it in the morning when it's cool to see if the diesel heater works. So I did one charge cycle with my C-Tech charger. Let's see what it's doing now. All right. Very well. This baby can go in. Got the battery here installed. Everything looks like brand new. Let's hope this fault message is gone now and the start-stop works. Okay. Right now we still got the fault here. Maybe I have to clear something. So I found the problem. It needed a secondary battery replacement reset here with the gap tool. Now the fault is gone. I can use this button to turn it back on. There. And there. Perfect. So this thing here is the DEF fluid tank, okay? So the AdBlue in German. And this is the pump for it. The pump includes like also a heater solenoid, and that was giving me a really nasty fault, and I thought I'm gonna have to replace this. But putting on some contact clean and unplugging and plugging this a few times cured the problem. Fault is gone. So I can put the cover back on. I gave the cover a little bit of a paint job because it was all corroded. So this is looking like new, like nobody ever worked on it.
So unfortunately I was not able to help at all today. But look at that. Oh my God, the front bumper is on. I don't know if you know what it means when you can put in back the wheel arches.
Putting in the wheel arches means you gotta take them out soon again.
Oh my God, no we don't. Oh my God, I got license plate for it today. Short-term license plate, so we can take it to the TÜV. Without TÜV, you cannot register a car in Germany. The wheel arches are installed in the rear and the fenders. I love it. Look at the lights. The amateurs broke off a piece of the fender. We're gonna fix it with JB Weld.
JB Weld fixes everything.
Yes. That looks like a special tool. I wonder what it's doing here.
That's the torque converter tool. We probably never need it again.
Yeah, we can't go on a test drive without lights. Second light. Oh my God, I'm so excited. There's nothing easier than...
Do that on a Toyota.
Really? Now we need the front.
No, we need the license plates.
Oh yeah.
Vera got us temporary license plates. They are specially made. This is the date, okay? So we are allowed to drive to the 2nd of June 24. They specially printed for those few days. That's how it is in Germany, okay? Going along with this, we get a temporary registration which has that license number in here, and it shows all our vehicle data, and it says here, permitted is only driving in conjunction with the acquirement of a operation license to the next available TÜV inspection. This is definitely more bureaucracy than you need to license a Boeing 747 in some countries on this planet.
Yeah, and the building where I got it licensed, it was like the Trabantenstadt in Asterix and Obelix. I had to go down and up and down and up again and pay somewhere else.
The place that sends you mad?
Yes, and you'll have to go in there as well. That's your next task. This is the plan. Window number 1 is on the ground floor, first corridor on the right.
It was crazy.
Look.
Oh, Christian painted it.
That's why it's looking so nice.
I thought, man, that thing has never been opened before.
The plan is to go to the TÜV in 2 days.
Yes, then we register this Discovery with the license plate numbers of our old mall crawler, which we sold like 6 weeks ago or 2 months. And the real license plate will have the size of that one. Well, at least he's gonna torque those.
The 4 we have in
Yeah.
torque, okay?
Going for our first test drive. Christian has his light on.
So first we gotta check what faults we got left.
Oh, still? I thought you're gonna start the engine.
No.
Oh,
So let's see, suspension. I give it normal height.
it's coming. Oh, it's beautiful.
I got only a yellow warning triangle left. So that could be windshield water fluid, okay? That's not so bad. Okay, here are the faults we got left. And I'm gonna do a clear all because we installed lights and stuff, so I think some of those will be gone right away. 2 ventilation faults, and that's our stupid misting sensor.
Which is broken on every Land Rover except for mine, which does not have a misting sensor.
Okay? You can see we got absolutely no faults left. That's amazing. If we fill in wish-wash fluid, we even get that triangle out. But the thing is now, will it go in gear? Watch it.
Oh my God.
That's the first time. Will it go in gear? Ooh, it turns the light on when you put it in gear.
Yeah, but I have to move out of the way.
Time under its own power. That's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Okay,
Yeah, he's gonna hit our wall now.
neutral.
Drive is work. Oh, he's gonna put in a scratch. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my God. What? So fog lights are working? Yes. 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 And wait a second. Yeah.
What about...
And of course we're gonna fail our stupid TÜV inspection because the license plate light
Yeah,
is, and it's
is-
not my fault.
One of those is you're gonna fail. What about our rear fog light?
Yeah, rear fog light. Yes.
The rear fog light is only used if the visibility is less than 50 meters and it automatically limits your speed to 50 kilometers per hour. So if you turn this on and you drive 60, you're doing something wrong, okay?
Yes.
And it's only on one side of the vehicle. So back in the day when the Americans starting to export cars into Germany, they always put like on their Corvette and so on, this bulky red light in the back and a big switch in the front.
Fail the TÜV inspection. No, don't put a dent in.
No.
Listen to that beautiful sound. Why does he get the good stuff?
Even the Toyota drivers know how to fill wish-wash fluid.
Yeah. 3 running Land Rovers in our driveway. I haven't had that in a while. And
So-
Christian's gonna take our trusty Chidora toolbox just in case we run into troubles.
We don't have any lights here. What is going on? Oh, okay. So that's better. Here I got the power steering wheel. That's working. Oh, on all 4. Which means I plugged the hoses in correctly. How does the rear one work on a Discovery? Here.
I hope you can see it.
That's working too. Excellent. So we have wish-wash fluid. All lights back there work. What about the small transfer case?
Oh my God.
Oh, the brakes are really rusty.
Yeah,
Okay.
the brakes are
Small
really lost.
transfer case works. What about off-road mode? Yeah, it's raising.
Oh,
What
my
about
God.
your heated seats?
Yeah, it's coming faster
They're
than
working.
on the green. Yeah, so, oh, that stuff belongs here.
Support here don't work. And it's fully out, that's why the seat is so bulky.
That thing is broken, I can't get it closed.
No, it's not broken.
Oh, I'm too stupid.
So
Okay.
my lumbar support is not working.
Maybe it doesn't have, it's not a queen.
And we are street legal.
Yes, we are street legal. Yes,
Oh,
it's
yeah, it
moving.
works. Oh.
What are those noises?
The brakes. I
Oh, the
assume
brakes.
it's the brakes.
Oh my god.
That's a good sign. Moving under its own power for the first time. Okay, we got air pressure complaints now.
So that was a short test drive. We had to turn around because we forgot to check the air pressure and it's pretty low. And we still need to add coolant.
Yes.
Good thing we ordered a new canister.
And the big moment will be when I take it first time past 3000 RPM to see if the second turbocharger stage works and if the first stage works under boost. But we're gonna warm it up, it's gonna go uphill. We also have still completely rotten and rusty brakes. We're gonna get them to function a little better and then we're gonna give that engine some RPM.
Oh shit. Smoking, we're having a problem.
But it could be just evaporating all kinds of oil from the assembly all
Yeah.
over the muffler down here, okay, that there is no leak. And I check over here, make sure there's no leak. And I'm gonna check quickly below. And it's cold up here.
Look at that. The spider web is still there.
Yeah, I took it away once, but she puts it back up overnight. It goes really quick. And the start-stop did not shut it off now. Okay, but you see my warning light is gone, so our little battery works. So all systems have a go, and we're gonna check the second turbo stage now. But not that. Oh, there, we just talked about it. It turned off, see? If I hit now the gas, it starts back up.
Yeah,
Very nice. There is a lot of critique about the start-stop, but in Germany, if you do city driving, it makes a lot of sense to have that because you stand next to pedestrians and bicyclists on a traffic light, and it's for them much nicer if the vehicles shut off next to them, okay? And it's very rare in today's times to have a vehicle in Germany without start-stop. So you get looked at, okay? You get the looks. It also got the automatic high beams. That's nice.
good.
The brakes, they still suck now. Okay.
Yeah, and the road is,
The road's extremely wet.
yeah.
We did the test drive yesterday evening and that went pretty smooth, but so far it's not been at 4000 RPM, okay? So we don't know if the second turbocharger stage works. Okay, so what we gotta do now to pass that TÜV inspection tomorrow is we gotta replace the wheels. They're really, really bad. I thought they are still okay, but in reality they got a big stand flat on all four of them. They're also quite worn out. We're gonna replace the wheels. The license plate bolt, that's the most important thing. It's gonna be a long day for sure.
Oh my god, and it's a weekend of the Abenteuer in Allrad.
We're not sure if we're gonna go to the Abenteuer in Allrad because it's something for rich people and we don't belong there.
Even though we have 3 Land Rovers.
Okay, but we have 3 Land Rovers for poor people, okay?
Yes.
That's a 2006 with 300,000 kilometers. That's my Queen, which I bought and fixed with the stupidest mistake Land Rover ever did. You can check out those videos. And this one we bought with a broken engine after we sold the black one, just like this one.
Taking the wheels off.
According to TÜV regulations, they are still good, but they really hop around on the road, and I think it's because they've been standing for a year
Yes.
in a used car dealer's lot with a broken engine. I just realized we got a holiday and we're using the impact gun, so
Oh my god.
that was not good.
No, that is enjoyable work. All the stress is gone, whether the car starts or it starts with faults we cannot fix, you know. That is such enjoyable work. And we are using our winter tires for our Discovery 4s. That's now our 3rd Discovery 4, by the way.
So we have a nice set of winter tires here, which we only drive in the winter time, but until the tires are ready. So change in plans. Looks like our disc did clean up good enough for TÜV, and the pads are still good enough if you look down there. I just could not see that with the rims on, but this will do it for the TÜV inspection. They are at least 8 millimeters.
So we are eliminating the safety lock nut.
So we got a holiday, so I got to use this thing. Haven't used that in a long time.
Very enjoyable work. Put one out. So our fender is ready. We fixed it and glued it with JB Weld, and we're gonna mount it now.
Can you go inside and get these cage nuts? I ordered these.
Here they are, on the same bench where he put the auxiliary belt of the Queen. OEM from Land Rover.
These go here.
That was the first nut we opened, and it was a debacle. These are the final touches.
Okay.
Here, one more. Last underbody protection. All done down here. Oh my God. We are finally done.
So this one is pretty beat up. We're gonna order a new one from our friend Simon in the UK, and I'm gonna get a black one, of course.
So we only took it for 20 kilometers.
First filter check.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Good. No bearing chips. There's a hair. That's from you.
I only have long hairs.
And done. I didn't fasten this one down yet. I think it deserves now our sticker. Don't you think?
That is one tough spider web.
Yeah, I already took it away a few times. When you come back in the morning, it's there again.
That spider is living in here somewhere.
So we're done here. Wheels, rear brakes, license plate bulb.
We forgot.
Covers. Interior, we still got to do some work.
Yeah.
Okay. Check oil filter for chips.
And nothing else. So Christian already expected something like that and bought new bulbs. So the bulbs already in.
This.
Oh, turn it on. Oh, nice.
That's where you can see that this car was sitting on a dealer's lot for almost a year.
Yeah. So the spare wheel goes back on. Oh, he keeps finding pieces to do, and I'm so hungry.
Okay, but that is important. See,
Yes, but
So it does work in the second turbo stage. Here I got here 3000 RPM, no restricted performance. So it looks like we passed the inspection. It got fresh TÜV now, okay? It's all street legal now.
and he didn't complain.
No,
So we didn't get a markup or a write-up like
No.
on my Discovery.
everything is good. We finally got it licensed. Okay, so you put it right here next to the Discovery sign, okay? So it lines up with it nicely. Very important. If you screw that up, you may as well drive a Toyota. I got a blind passenger here. And look, the window was open. So, yeah, you're not gonna go with me, okay? You're gonna
shit.
stay here.
Ah, that is one smooth running engine. He's off to work, but we still have to put in the front license plates.
The Queen is gonna stay here today. Make
Oh.
sure you treat her nicely, okay? No slamming the doors. She's got soft clothes. That's very important, okay?
And we have to destroy that blue sticker.
They can destroy it.
Look at that. And ready to sell the Queen. Have to think about that.
I'm not gonna sell the Queen. Okay, this thing first has to prove itself to be competitive to the Queen. Oh, I don't even have a cell phone mount.
I don't understand anybody who does not get excited when they see a Discovery 4 or 3 or any Land Rover. You have to be excited.
And as on every new vehicle, always inspect your internal air filter. Yeah, that's nasty. That's old. So we're gonna put a new one in. It's a Mahler, not OEM, but quite a good filter company. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna check what the brakes have by going uphill. So this is good. They're nice and cool. Excellent. Vera is missing that sunset. I kind of gave it the beans going up here, the 600 meters altitude change. This is all good. It even got the two keys still on here, all original. Even got that piece still in. Yeah, it's in.
Oh, they're going down.
We used to be able to just burn this stuff on our property, but they changed the law.
Yeah.
No more burning of any tree cuttings on your own property. So we got to drive it away 8 kilometers with our 3-liter diesel, burning all kinds of fuel, plus wasting a lot of time to get rid of this stuff now in a composting facility. That is stupid, okay? It's because our government is the stupidest government on the planet. If you think your government is stupider than ours, no, it's not. Ours is always one more stupider than yours.
Oh my God. Stop, stop.
This is about the stuff we collect, just steel and metal, from about 6 months, okay?
Yes, look at all that junk.
So we gotta get rid of
I
that.
hope everybody knows what that is. Oh, that's always sad. Disc brakes.
So we're trying to utilize our Prince Small Crawl now for these little daily jobs as much as we can, and not the Queen anymore. It felt anyway stupid putting my tiny little trailer on the back of the Queen and then driving trash over to our disposal place, okay, with a Range Rover. People looked at you like, what's that drug dealer doing here? We're not gonna take any bodies.
Christian is searching for oil leaks and he's so disappointed that he didn't find any.
For example, rear crankshaft seal, no oil, okay? Turbocharger here on this side, no oil. Front crankshaft seal, no oil. And we have the air conditioning filled and it's working.
So, and you checked it with a UV light and
I
you didn't.
checked it with a UV light.
And we're going on a long trip tomorrow.
First
and he
one.
wants to take the Queen. We'll see about that.
So this is the first trip we're doing in our new to us Discovery 4 after we fixed that engine and the car is running again. We're going into the Pfälzerwald on a mountain bike trip.
Yes, I'm so excited.
And we hope we're not gonna break down.
Yes, but first we're gonna go to McDonald's and eat a breakfast burger. That's most important.
So we're looking for the trail entrance here. We made it onto a gravel road here. And it's been going uphill already like 2.5 kilometers. Okay, you happy?
I mean, his brakes are different from my brakes.
Oh, made it back to the car. That was about a 3-hour ride.
Yes, and unfortunately we are here with Prince Small Crawl. So there's no cool Coke waiting for Christian.
Okay, gonna drive real careful here because the camera is just sitting on the dash. So we got our car licensed, it's on the road, it has TÜV again. That was quite an endeavor and quite a few episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We have not done any basic maintenance other than an oil change on this vehicle, okay? If you put a new or rebuilt engine into your Discovery 4, that's just when it starts. We still gotta do now an HPA transmission change. We gotta do all diff fluids. We also have to do the transfer case. We're gonna have to check out the suspension, usually around 100 135,000 kilometers, there are some worn bushings, and we still have to do some basic corrosion protection on the underside of the frame. So there will be a few more episodes. We also want to do something cosmetically on this car.
Oh, we do?
Yes, I ordered some stuff from
Simon.
We're gonna put that on in one of the next episodes. So at this point, we want to thank our Patreons a lot for their support, and
We'll see you next Sunday.
good.
I got a Land Rover cab, my very first one. And thanks to Paula and Stuart out of the UK, they sent me my very first Land Rover cab.
And what was the dog's name?